podcast. So,
well, it's perfect to start this one.
Absolutely.
What's up, everyone? We're back again. We are back again.
Hey,
and
y'all.
I'm excited to be here. Let me get Instagram lined up. We're at Xcelerate. Xcelerate here. Grapevine, Texas, right by the airport in DFW. This is a real estate event. Obviously, real estate professionals from all around the state come here to learn about real estate and to learn real estate investment tactics, to network with one another. And, we're super stoked to be here. Super stoked to be here. I have a very special guest.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Introduce yourself.
I'm doing well. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Shaniqua Nicole, the Millennial Money Maven. I'm a tax and wealth strategist turned real estate investor.
Awesome.
I'm actually from Atlanta, so you guys.
Wow, you're from Atlanta.
I'm from Atlanta. I'm just here in the DFW for this event and, to meet some real estate investors here.
Wonderful. How different is Atlanta from Texas?
Oh, I love Atlanta. Atlanta is so diverse. Atlanta is a lot more diverse so far than Texas. But what I have noticed is that there's a lot of land, big Texas, right? So you go out 20, 30 minutes from the city and you've got so much land available to you. So,
absolutely.
So Dallas actually, I've been here a few times and every time I go and look at real estate, I go and look at land and I'm intrigued.
Really?
I'm intrigued, yeah, because I want to be a developer. So, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. That's why I come here all the time, meet some good folks, and see what kind of connections I can make.
Amazing. Well, welcome to Texas. We're happy you're here. When did you start investing in real estate?
Oh man, my real estate investment journey started about 5 years ago.
Okay.
And I also left my corporate career around that same time.
What were you doing before?
So I worked on Wall Street for about 10 years.
Really?
I did. I worked on Wall Street.
You were a trader?
I was not a trader.
Okay.
But I did trade stocks, but only for my clients. So I did institutional investment consulting. What that means?
Cool.
Have you ever had a job?
I flipped, crepes at La Madeleine.
Okay.
I think I delivered pizzas for a little while. I haven't had a job in a long time. I got to be the boss.
Listen,
I'm the boss.
You told me that you made $1 million off a video with no college degree. So
I did. I sold.
Like you're doing
that is true.
just
I
fine
did.
To me.
I sold $1 million worth of video. Now, full transparency, I didn't sell $1 million of video in a year. I've sold since I started. I sold $1 million worth of video.
And guess what? Now you just got to learn how to collapse time.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now.
That's the next step in business, right?
Yeah.
Is once your mind can believe that you can achieve it, you know that you've done it, and whether it be 2 years, 18 months, the next journey for you is learning how to collapse time and make $1 million in 12 months, and then you learn how to make $1 million in 1 month. I have friends that have made $1 million in a month, and it just blows my mind. But it lets me know that it's possible for me too.
Oh yeah. Listen, and you touched on something very important there, time, okay? And I think this is something that people don't learn until they start making money. Because at first, we're working jobs, we're exchanging money for time, right?
Yeah.
Okay? We don't realize how valuable time really is until the money starts coming. And we start making, once you get in, even when you get into the 10 grand a month kind of area, you're like, okay, I'm spending a lot. I got money now, but I don't have fucking time to do anything with it. And then you realize, oh shit, time is worth way more. It's priceless. It's worth.
And so I'll tell you a little bit about my journey because it was a little bit flip for me.
Okay.
So I started working in corporate. I started working on Wall Street when I was 19. And then I did that for like 10 years, right? So until I was about 30, I left corporate in my early, like right around 28 or something like that. But, at that time I was hustling. I had my businesses and I was making good money in corporate, and I had a little side hustle that I was doing. That was my tax business. So then I became like a coach to accountants, right? Because I knew business and they knew accounting, but they didn't know how to start an accounting business.
Yeah.
So I became a coach to accountants, helped them grow and scale their firms. And what I learned after I left my job, right? I had all this money in the bank because I was a good saver. I was a good investor, even working on Wall, as a worker. And I had all this money in my retirement accounts and like just in my savings. And I realized that the money was just sitting there. But, the whole idea of entrepreneurship is learning to buy back your freedom.
Yes.
And so I'm like, well, I got this money sitting here. And when I was working a job, for me, the money was like mental security. But I didn't feel secure anymore because I had to work so much to earn the money as an entrepreneur. I was like working double time because I was trying to replace my job income.
Yep.
So
that goes back to what I was saying about time.
It goes right back to what you were saying.
Yep.
Once you get that freedom, you got to learn how to collapse the time so that you can enjoy the money, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Because when you're trading, that's what I did, a mistake that I made. Well, I don't know if it was a mistake, but
learning.
Something that I did when I first started, I was spending a lot of time on the road, a lot of time working with clients and stuff. And here I am. It's like, yeah, I got all this money in the bank, but like,
what am I doing?
What am I doing?
Can't enjoy it.
Spending it all on Southwest Airlines, flying from client to client.
Well, that's what I learned, that I have to invest, right? And so that's where I started my investment journey. And I purchased my first property. I was living in Atlanta. I purchased my first investment property in Detroit.
Was it a rental?
It was a rental. So, funny story. I purchased my first property on an online auction in a city that I had never been in. And I think I paid like 16 grand for it. So I was on an online auction called hubzoo.com. And I was just like, I had money. I wanted to invest. I was trying to get some passive income going and flowing. And I'm like, well, we're just going to try this thing out and see what happens. I won the auction and I'm like, holy crap. I now have to buy this house, right?
Yep. Now you got to bring the cash. You got to bring the check.
I got to run these people this money. Yep. Had never been to Detroit, but I just wanted to go to a market where I could buy a house, where I could afford to buy a house cash. Man, that property did me so good. God was so good to me on that deal. Amen. I paid $16,000 for it. I invested about $20 into it. I rented it for $900 a month. And then I sold it and made a nice profit off of it. And I rolled into a bigger deal, which I just finished building my first house from the ground up last year.
Did you do a 1031 exchange?
I did not.
Okay.
No, I did not. It's not, it didn't fit the qualifications for it. But it was a great opportunity for me because I made my money like 5 times over.
Amazing.
I think I paid total $36,000 all in. I collected $900 a month for like 5 years. And then I sold it for like triple of what I bought.
Now that, my friends, is a real estate deal. That's a deal. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Most people aren't so lucky on their first deal like that.
Let me tell you, this deal that I'm working on now, I'm trying to, I'm figuring out how to restructure. I purchased the property for $250,000. I invested $250,000 to build it. So it's a pretty much new construction, and it's on the market for $711 actually, but it hasn't sold yet. It's been on the market for 90 days.
Ooh, do you think it's because of the market conditions?
I think it's market conditions. I listed it right around Thanksgiving. That's like the slowest time of the year for real estate, Thanksgiving and Christmas. So now it's like, okay, well, what am I going to do? It's time to pivot. So what I love about real estate investing is that I can, what I'm looking at is a DSCR loan where I would pretty much refinance the house and I can keep this property as a long-term hold. So as long as the rent covers the payment for the DSCR loan, then that's really all you need to qualify, right? And
for those who don't know what DSCR stands for, it's debt service coverage ratio. It's a type of loan that is asset-based, but it's long-term, very popular for people who have more rentals than they can qualify for a conventional loan.
Personally,
because there's a limit to how many conventional loans you can have.
Right.
Then they move on to the DSCR. So just to clarify that.
Yeah, and you don't need credit. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm looking at is probably refinancing into something long-term, pulling a little bit of cash out, and doing like midterm rentals, crash pads for nurses or pilots or something like that.
So are you investing full-time now?
I'm investing full-time, and I'm also helping other people invest full-time. So I just partnered with this amazing company, Capital Fund One, and we offer hard money for all real estate investors. You can be new with no experience. You can be experienced. You can be a builder. We do ground-up construction, land purchases, and I'm pretty much full-time. I will say this, though. I still do business consulting because I love adding value to people's businesses. But I'm definitely transitioning to be total real estate investor.
Awesome. That's amazing. Real estate is definitely it embodies like the American dream and freedom.
Oh, for sure.
Which is, and it is true freedom. I mean, anybody you know who's a millionaire or has a lot of money owns real estate. Their net worth is in real estate.
I worked on Wall Street for 10 years, and I didn't become a millionaire until I started investing in real estate, and that happened in under 3 years.
Wow.
So
Amazing.
it's
That's an amazing story.
It's so much more leverage that you have access to with real estate. I love it.
What advice do you think you can give to other people that want to invest in real estate that are also working a job, maybe have a little bit of money saved up? What would be your advice to them?
Your job is your first investor. So take that serious. You don't have everyone wants to make entrepreneurship look so sexy. Everyone wants to make investing look sexy, and it is hard, and you can lose your shirt.
Oh yeah.
My project, my original budget was only $150,000. It ended up being $250,000. But if I wasn't properly prepared to handle hiring 2 new contracting crews, being able to pay them to finish the actual job, I could have lost my shirt in that whole project.
Oh yeah.
And totally lost my whole investment.
Oh yeah.
So,
and one thing about entrepreneurship that I want to mention that people don't understand is it costs to be the boss. I mean, you get paid last. Sometimes you don't get paid.
Absolutely. You don't get paid. So I would just say to a new investor out there, find you a mentor. Seek counsel, right? Talk to people who have done it. When you are talking to people and when you are seeking a mentor, ask them what have they done. See their track record, right? Because I know there are a lot of mentors out here that are just kind of leading people astray.
Yep.
So do your due diligence and use your job as your first investor, because it really is.
Wow, that's some amazing advice. I appreciate you coming and sitting down. Thanks so much for sharing your story with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Amazing.
It's been amazing.
It's great to see somebody who was working a job in the corporate world move into real estate investing. Like I said before, this is an amazing business, and congratulations on all your success.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Peace.